All right, good morning, Trade Pros. Sound check 1, 2. Hope you guys are having a great morning. We got a great update here planned for you today. Wearing my Trade Pro cap. We can't wait to get them out on the market, but coronavirus kind of mess around with our situation. So let's talk about a few things here this morning. Let's start out with $1 trillion. So Nancy Pelosi yesterday told Democrats on a private conference call that she wants to put in another $1 trillion of a House stimulus package, and the aim is to replenish the funds for the programs established under the $2.2 trillion. So there isn't going to be anything new. It's just more money to add to this $2.2 trillion virus relief bill. All right. She also said that she wants stimulus to be passed this month, which is going to be aggressive considering the House is not in session until April 20th, and they're on recess at the moment. Remember when we had recess when we were young? We'd run around, like play around and kick stuff. So anyway, the House is in recess. They're probably doing the same thing. And there's pressure to do another $1 trillion bill. Obviously, that's going to be very bullish for stock markets. Yesterday morning, we told you guys there's going to be some upside for the week. It's not that I have a crystal globe. It's just markets were telling me they wanted to rally. And when you know what to look for, markets are pretty accurate in telling you what they want to do. We had a lot of upside. We're up over 130 points from where we started yesterday. Huge upside. Our team did relatively well, and very opportunistic session. I think we'll have another one today. This morning we had some pretty uninspiring numbers by NFIB, the Small Business Optimism Index. They crashed. I can't even talk. It crashed by the most ever. It fell 8.1 points to March levels of 96.4, ending a 39-month run above 100. All right, 50% of respondents in the survey said that they could only survive 2 months in these conditions. 2 months. And I've always said this, businesses that can't go longer than 2 months on cash flow, we're over leveraged to begin with. And so it's interesting, you should be able to carry out 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. We're always told to save for a rainy day, but here we are seeing all these small, medium, large corporations leverage to the what. All right. Anywho, that's how it goes. So NFIB numbers come out, fantastic. Another $1 trillion pumped in the stock market. That kind of offsets it. I think we got a little bit of bullish upside here in the next couple days. All right, as we run into Easter. In fact, we'll probably get close into a pretty bullish Thursday afternoon, and then we'll pick up markets next Monday because Friday's close of this week, and earnings are kicking off next week. All right, so decision height is next week for sure. That's when we see what happens going forward. We're going to start to see some of the economic damage inflicted on companies, and market reaction will be pretty volatile. All right. In Asia, Japan's up, Hong Kong's up, China's up 2% and more, India's up 9%. In Europe at midday, London's up 3.9%, Paris is up 3.3%, Frankfurt up 4.2%. Prime Minister in the UK, Bojo, is said to be on oxygen in the intensive care unit. We talked about this yesterday, and the pound had responded pretty bearishly in reaction to that news. In the U.S. futures, Dow's up 4.1 overnight, S&P up 3.6, NASDAQ up 3.2, and crude oil's up 3.7%. Big rally back to 27, although it's given up some of those gains. Out of crude oil, there's news that Donald Trump will not be attending this conference call they're doing, and Russia has said they're not going to do a production cut without Donald Trump, and so without the United States. So this deal, is hinging on collapsing, pretty much. There's still rumor that it could go through, and it still could go through, but it's losing some of the optimism by the day. And oil's still holding ground for now. We'll see what happens. I'm probably going to dump my swing long position before the weekend, before Easter. We'll see though. All right, gold is up 0.4%. We broke 1,700 yesterday for the first time in like almost 17 years, or something ridiculous like that. We traded to some day session highs, and we pulled back this morning 1,700. Gold's an interesting asset. There's a shortage of physical gold, and so people are buying futures, and prices are getting driven up. So gold's up slightly. Bitcoin's up 4.1% to the mid 7,000s, and we're getting quite a bit of cash coming back in the market in all assets. It's not just about the S&P. It's about pretty much a broad rally across the whole index. All right, and we suspected that would happen going into a short, low volume, low volatility Easter weekend. Stay with the upside. There's more upside to come. We'll probably get up to about 2,800, 2,850 going into this Easter weekend. All right, that's Bitcoin. Today we had Redbook chain store sales, 10 a.m. We have Jolt's job opening, labor turnover survey. It's a pretty irrelevant number because it doesn't include the information that's most important and most impacted by coronavirus. So 10 a.m. Jolt's, you know, it's not really that important. In fact, it's going to probably just get shrugged. It doesn't mean you shouldn't be aware of it. Top of the hours or day trading. Manage your risk, tighten your stop, do what you got to do, but don't give it too much importance because it won't be. 3 p.m. we have consumer credit, and that's the day. Sleepy upside type of day. Look for low volume rallies today. A little bit of a pullback off the opening bell. I suspect some sell stops get dumped, and then the long side is the right side for the day until we transition below some support structures. All right, guys. Love you all. Be safe. Manage your risk, trade, trade pro. See you guys tomorrow. Man, why is it so foggy on this phone? Either the camera or too much light in the background. Anyways, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Somebody said they like the cap. That's good, Mike G. Mike G just told Nick that he got a piece of this upside yesterday. This cap will be on sale. It's ready. It's got TRADEPRO capping on the front. This is actually stitched. All right. It's pretty good at high quality stitching. And then LJH for love, joy, and happiness on the side. That's a suggestion by Will that I love and I implemented. We just don't want to launch the whole commerce store in this situation. I think people are being a little bit more defensive with their budgets, and we don't want to. It's just not the right time. There will be a right time very soon. We love you guys, and be safe. Manage your risk, trade pro. See you guys tomorrow for another morning market update. Take care and have a great day. Ciao.